Chapter 32 of Just Stories, the Kind That Never Grow Old by Winfrid HERBST, SDS. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Maria Therese. Grapes and Spears of Wheat. The three holy kings had returned to their own country. An angel had appeared to St. Joseph at night, telling him quickly to take the child Jesus and his mother and immediately fly into Egypt, because cruel Herod sought the life of the newborn King of the Jews. They had been in that strange and distant land for perhaps 7 years, and they were finally returning to Nazareth. There was no longer any danger now, for Herod, the murderer of the holy innocents, had died, a most miserable death. Yes, they were returning to Nazareth, that modest little village in quiet Galilee. It had not changed during their long absence. It was still the very same. St. Joseph's home, the holy house in which the Archangel Gabriel had appeared to the Virgin Mary and announced to her that she was to become the Mother of God, that sacred spot in which the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, was just the same as when they left it 7 years before. Maybe angels had been taking care of it. Who knows? Oh, how many things had happened since that holy couple had left their quiet home to go to Bethlehem to be enrolled. Think of the birth of the Savior that first Christmas night, with all its unforgettable circumstances, of the circumcision of the babe on the 8th day, of the presentation in the temple, of the coming of the three kings from the east with their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, of the flight into Egypt, of the hard life they led there. But only Jesus, Mary, and Joseph knew. The good people of Nazareth, their neighbors, didn't know. They had seen Mary and Joseph start out for Bethlehem. That was all. Never a word did they hear of them. Weeks and months and years passed, but they couldn't forget the sweet, loving Mary, who had been such an angel of goodness to them all, nor the patient, hard-working Joseph, who could always be relied upon to do skillfully and well the work that was given him. What a holy couple they had been! They hoped to see them again. They wondered if they ever would. And then one day, when these good people were out in their vineyards gaily singing their harvest songs, filling huge baskets with luscious grapes, one of the boys saw 3 travelers coming along the road towards the village. "Mother, mother!" he shouted to a woman who was busy nearby. "Somebody's coming! 3 strangers! Oh, who can they be?" To tell the truth, the boy's mother had just been thinking again of the holy couple that had left Nazareth so many years ago. She hastened to the boy's side, shaded her eyes with her hand, and looked in the direction in which he was pointing. "Oh, it's the Lady Mary and holy Joseph, and they have a little boy!" she cried, dropping everything and rushing to meet them, while the lad quickly spread the glad news around. Imagine the joy that prevailed everywhere then. From one to another passed the happy message: "The Lady Mary and holy Joseph have come back, and, oh, what a beautiful boy! He is as fair as heaven." Soon the Holy Family was surrounded by a welcoming group of neighbors, all of whom wished to escort the Holy Three to their little home on the hillside. But no, the Lady Mary sweetly agreed with St. Joseph that it would not be right to take the good people from their work. They would go to their house alone. They would see everybody later on. The Holy Family, you see, all modest and retiring, didn't want the people to make a fuss about them like that. But those happy neighbors couldn't keep their eyes off the boy Christ. He looked so much like his mother, whom they loved so dearly, and there was about him something quite divine. "Oh, Lady Mary, may we give your boy something before you go on?" they asked. "Why, surely, surely," was the gentle answer. Quickly busy hands picked out 3 large bunches of grapes. Ah, such large delicious grapes as you never saw, I'm sure. And they bound the bunches together at the ends with a kind of creeping flower and gave them to him. His voice, as he thanked them, was like the music of heaven, and his gracious smile like the soft golden rays of the setting sun. Then they went on. They were almost home after their long, long journey from faraway Egypt. Oh, how glad they were to get home! It was a poor little house, indeed, but, be it ever so humble, there is no place like home. There Jesus was to live until his 30th year, helping his foster father, the Blessed Saint Joseph, at the carpenter's trade, and his mother, the sweet Lady Mary, in the many little things where a boy can help mother. They went on. But then it occurred to Mary that the large bunches of grapes must be heavy for her little boy to carry. "Let me carry them, Jesus dear," she said, taking them gently from his little hands. How surprised she was when she saw spears of wheat among the grapes, blending with them as shafts of gold might blend with rubies fair. "Oh!" she exclaimed, and in her eyes there was wonder, and yet a look as if she knew. "Oh, my Jesus, whence come these spears of wheat amidst the grapes?" Then the boy Christ gave a mystic answer that I leave it to your glad hearts to explain. He sweetly said, "These too do I choose therein to give myself, as the all-availing sacrifice of the world." End of chapter 32.